Here we go. I'm not done. I got some more stuff out because I watch the nightly news. So I want you to give me your opinion on what I'm giving my opinion. You give yours.
The most high-profile defendant in the January 6th investigation was sentenced today to 18 years in prison.
18 years, man. It looked like he about he probably older than me. I'm only 50. He might be 50, but I know he older than me.
For seditious conspiracy. That's the toughest penalty yet, stemming from the Capitol attack. Here's Ken Delanian.
This is the AccuBrush paint edging system, which you are seeing
That's the
in use right
AccuBrush.
here.
You know I ain't
Take a
getting
look at
that.
how quick.
Tonight, one of the key figures behind the January 6th attack on the Capitol,
He might be mad because he don't got no eye.
facing the toughest sentence
I wonder how he lost his eye. I'm gonna do some research on him. I'm gonna do a video on him too.
in more than 1,000 prosecutions. Stuart Rhodes, the founder and leader of a far-right group called the Oath Keepers, was sentenced to 18 years in prison.
18 years, man. He ain't gonna get no half in the Fed. Even if he get 85, well, he don't gotta worry about losing his eye. That ain't no joke, but he don't gotta worry about that. But if they hit him in the other eye, he gonna have problems.
After being convicted of seditious conspiracy, using violence to prevent the government from carrying out its lawful duties.
He messed with the wrong people. You can't never mess with the government. And then people say the government do this, they could do this, they do that. It's just like in the street. When you got the street government, right? The government runs everything. That's why so much violence in the street game. Because the street government runs it. Now, if I got the power, I can't let you take the power. I can't let you disrupt the power. And I got to make examples of anybody who tries it. And they tried it.
Rhodes was not physically present at the Capitol during the
He don't got to be that. They got him for something.
January 6th attack, but Judge Amit Mehta said he conspired with others to help make it happen.
See, conspiracy. That's for you young people. That's why y'all going to jail all the time. It's conspiracy. It's just like earlier I did a video about Baby K. The girl got in trouble because she conspired to do it. She helped him. She aided and assisted. She was about it with him. Or whatever word you want to use. Under the government, they call that conspiracy. If they could connect you to doing something in any kind of what they call criminal, hey, that's for you to go to jail. You say, why? In the old days, they didn't have all these prisons. You got to do research on penitentiaries, or as my grandma say, penitentiary. You know, them down south, that's what they say, penitentiary. They didn't have all these. They only had so many, and only the worst people went there. These days, it's an overflow. That's why they letting all the older people out, so they can get all the younger people in because it's money. The state gives them money to house them people. That's why they don't care what you do to each other or none of that. They need somebody to fill that place up because it's already a built-in economy. The guards get paid, so but they don't get as paid as much as the state to house you. You can go look it up and see how much in your state, how much they charge per inmate to stay in that facility, because they got to pay for your food, clothing, but they get that from the government, which is the taxpayers. So when everybody say lock them up and you working, you paying for those people to be there, because how else you think they housed?
And to take up arms and foment revolution. A former Army paratrooper who graduated from Yale Law School, Rhodes.
Also, he was smart. He was smart, And he graduated Yale Law School. He graduated law school. So some of his stuff, if you hear what he's saying, he might be legally in his bounds. He might be. I don't know his philosophies and nothing, but he could be. But see, the thing is with the system, if you legally in your bounds or not, we gotta punish you. In the meantime, their goal is to break you. Break you. They're gonna either break you mentally or physically. However they're gonna do it. If you're gonna try to overthrow the government, they're gonna break you to the core. You know. It's good to have a good support system. Some people not gonna understand, but he might be a real smart guy. You know, I'm not gonna look at the other part. You can see where my mouth's pointing. You know what I'm saying? And you people know what I mean. But I don't want to make everything like that. unless he say something like that, because I don't know him as an individual. But hey, some things that's going on, I disagree with the system, and then but that's for another video.
Wore an orange prison jumpsuit during the dramatic court hearing. He showed no remorse, defiantly telling the judge that he considered himself a political prisoner.
And he probably is one. He probably is one. Because I don't know, because I don't know all the details about the individual and what the person was about. But the way they handle it, they're going to come at you. When you come at them like that, just like how they shot the lady in the eye and killed her or whatever, it might not have been that, but they killed her. They killed her because they told her to stay back. She jumped through the window. They popped her. The rest of them, they stopped. Because then they knew them in business. But really, that's DC. They could have did it. They could have did it the opposite way. All they had to do was surround them people that was in that circle and just shoot all of them. And just say they was anybody who was coming out that DC building and just got to blasting. But they didn't want to be horrific,
Judge Mehta responding to Rhodes, "You, sir, present an ongoing threat and a peril to this country."
See, look at the wording. You are a threat and a peril to the country, to the republic and the fabric of our democracy. Basically, you a threat to, as we say on the street, you a threat to the nation. But we wouldn't handle you like that. But see, he's not an opposition. Let's say he was an internal guy, like he a part of the set. We gonna handle you a different way because you're a threat to the security of the what we trying to do, and he knows it, and he knows what they charging him with. But that's why he's saying he's a political prisoner.
To the republic and the very fabric of our democracy. Rhodes' lawyers promised an appeal.
Well, I think that this case was all about the weaponization of speech by the Department of Justice. And I think that essentially they have used Stewart Rhodes' words against him.
Prosecutors say.
And see, that's what's different between the street and the rest of the world. When you in the street, you don't solve, everything is solved through violence. It's solved through violence, until you get to a certain level, then it won't. But that's when you all the way down, you know what I'm saying? When you in a higher level of institutions and all that, see how they trying to discuss, like, hey, this is not how you solve the situation. We could solve it, but they're going to talk. So that means he probably not going to do all them 18 years. And in 1 year, you're going to forget about him. Most of us going to forget about him because we don't know him. We don't know, he could be an undercover for all we know. But in 2 years, you won't remember him. You won't remember him unless they bring him back up in the news.
Rhodes spent weeks after the election plotting to use violence to keep President.
Is Trump throwing up the black fist? Is Trump throwing up a black fist? This is a joke. Is Trump throwing up a black fist? Or he got a black glove on throwing the fist up? Hey, but it's the wrong hand, Trump. It look like the wrong hand to me, No matter how you stand, and that's the wrong hand. But he does got a black fist up. Trumpy. But I like Trump. Trump, the economy was better to me. Like I said, I work in transportation since 2006. And when he was in, everything was, the transportation was flowing.
President Trump in power. The judge applied a so-called terrorism enhancement.
Hey, see, this ain't the video when the girl got shot, but it was around that time. But see, look at that.
To Rhodes' sentence, the first time that has happened in a January 6th case.
Now, see, the military could have surrounded the outside, let all the people who wasn't jumping in the building, let them all go in. When whoever came out, just killed them. See, that's how they would have did, like in the old days, the Roman days. They would have had swords or whatever, whichever period you'd like to prefer, Roman days, whatever. And they would have killed them.
It's a very significant sentence, and it sends a very, I think, important message of deterrence.
Proud Boys leader Enrique Tarrio, also convicted of seditious conspiracy, is slated to be sentenced August 30th. Lester?
I might do a video on that, but I'm like, I don't got none. When I saw what they did, I didn't know nothing about it, but somebody told me, hey, I saw on Facebook they was talking about that before it happened. I just saw it. I was just like, as soon as I seen the people jump through the window, I'm like, you going to jail.
Ken Delanian tonight. Thank
I don't care who said what, you going to jail.
you. The newest declared Republican.
And you going to some hard jail because you cannot jump in the White House and do what you want to do. It reminds me of, I want to say 2018 when the guy flew the plane over the White House. He came from Florida. He flew the plane, the mailman, and he ended up getting like 5 years just for getting in a space. That was stupid.